Hey, goddesses, how are you today? Our noonday message is just a tiny bit late. I had to run out early today to take care of something, and I'm feeling in a pretty good mood. How about you? How about you? You know me as almost every day, almost every time you see me, I'm all done up. But you know, um, I think sometimes it gives us the key to um, our own security in our own presence and our own looks to sometimes go without. And that's me for today. Is what I really want to talk with you about is reclaiming power from the shadow. That's what we're going to be talking about this week. I know that you did not see me yesterday, and that was thanks to the lovely nor'easter we had up here. Um, but let's not talk about that. So let's get into it. My name is Dee Savoy. I'm your goddess whisperer, hoping to whisper to the goddess inside you to help you create the life you dream of, desire, and deserve. So, when we're talking about reclaiming our power from the shadow, we're not trying to have a wrestling match with parts of ourselves that we have hidden or that we don't really understand. What we're really trying to do is to connect with those aspects of ourselves that have been lost, stolen, or strayed so that they become integrated with us in a deeper way. Not necessarily trying to be conscious of these things at every given moment, but being able to connect to them and to realize that the power and the action they have in our lives so that it's not a surprise, boom, when we get triggered, or it's not a surprise when we feel a certain way about things because we are deeply connected to all those aspects of ourselves that have gone astray through our own action or through things that have happened to us through birth trauma, lived trauma, gestational trauma, or even just ancestral trauma that has come down for us. So we want to be able to connect with all aspects of ourselves on an everyday basis. So when you think about calling your energy back, and we're not talking about calling our energy back from outside ourselves, right? We're calling our energy back from inside of ourselves because all of our energy that we are missing, that is missing from our outer energy field, has gone someplace deep inside to hide. So when we call back our energy, we're talking about being able to fill up our energy field with the energies that are hidden deep within. Okay? So, welcome, goddesses, to this sacred moment, our noonday message. Let's take a deep, slow breath together because I know I've been outside today. So, all of that sturm and drang from the outside world is kind of needs to settle down. Just deep inhale into the belly and release. Deep inhale into the belly and release. One more. Deep inside the belly and hold. And when we release, we're going to release with a sound. Now, you're going to place your left hand on your heart, right hand on your belly. Feel that energetic cycle complete. It's really an energetic spiral. And we're going to say, as our affirmation today, I call my energy back to me, cleansed and whole. That's what we're focused on all of this week, is bringing back our energy cleansed and whole. We're going to walk the path of reclamation, gathering the pieces of ourselves that have scattered through time, through fear, through old stories, through experiences, whatever has cause parts of ourselves to disassociate, we are going to bring them back. Okay. And let's understand that every time we betray our truth, when we say yes, when we mean no, when we shrink to make others comfortable, we leave fragments of our power behind. And we do this starting in childhood, which is why we talk so much about our inner child who was not parented the way that she should have been, right? Because it starts out, it can be such an innocent comment where, you know, your mom is trying to talk on the phone and the kids are making a lot of noise and she's like, pipe down, everybody. You don't need to be that loud. But if you're naturally loud, like me, this is a way of telling you to shrink yourself down to fit and be um, more palatable to those around you. Okay. And because you're a child and this is your parent, you really take it to heart. You really, you know, take it internally that you should not be that loud, that voice. You shouldn't have so much to say. You shouldn't, you know, be the one that's always talking, 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 which was me. and and even though it's a way to make yourself more palatable and to make other people more comfortable, it is also shrinking yourself down to only occupy that space that makes others comfortable. Okay. And so those fragments of ourselves, that loud part, that loud voice, um, is like an ember, you know, that instead of being a flame that lights you up, that animates you, it becomes just a tiny little ember. And that ember is banked, waiting for you to rediscover it. And that is what we're about reclaiming this week. Okay. Reclaiming your power means gathering up those embers, those sparks, those flames that animate you, the spark and flame that has you living a turned on life, really enjoying everything you're doing. Those are the sparks that we need to recapture and we need to reignite within ourselves. Excuse me. So you don't have to revisit every single story, everything that ever happened to you in order to do this. Okay? We just need to recognize that our energy belongs to us and that we need to reclaim it and that it is part of ourselves and a good part of ourselves. Maybe we don't need to be as loud or boisterous, as talkative as we were as children to get our point across, because now as adults, we have much better tools in our tool chest to be able to do the same thing we were trying to do with the loud voice or the talking too much as a kid. But we do need to reclaim the energy that was stifled or held back or dampened down by harsh critique or just by somebody making an offhand comment about how you do something or who you are as a person. And it's time to reclaim that energy. So let's do a little visualization. Okay. Close your eyes and imagine a golden ball of yarn right at your midsection, right at the solar plexus, which is our sense of self, right? Imagine you find a golden ball of yarn right there at the center of the masculine and feminine chakra, right in the middle. And from this ball of golden yarn, you can send out many tentacles into the depths of your inner self, right? Someplace in your energy field. And let's be realistic as women, when we talk about parts of ourselves dissociating, where do they go? They are going into the depths of our womb, okay? In that water center, hidden deep below the surface, okay? Down in those black depths of the water, this is where those parts of ourselves can hide. And so we can send out golden cords to all those parts of ourselves that have gone missing somewhere in our energy field. And let's face it, sometimes we do have energies that are ours that we have given away. I talked yesterday in the shadow work about being a martyr to other people's needs and not taking care of your own. So sometimes your energy has gone out to somebody who you have given it to instead of keeping it for yourself. And you can send out a golden cord to those bits of energy that you have consciously or subconsciously given out to other people. And you can call all of that energy back to yourself right now. So close your eyes and imagine these golden threads connecting internally and maybe a little bit externally to relationships, jobs, arguments, old wounds, old stories that you've told about yourself or that others have told about you. And as these golden threads connect with all of these different energies that have gone missing and strayed from that golden solar plexus energy, or maybe they've disappeared into the back into the lunar energies, pull them back. Imagine these golden threads pulling them back into either from outside into your body or up into this place where you feel yourself being, your place of being in the solar plexus. You may feel a warmth in your chest, in your solar plexus, in your palms. And then you're going to say, all that is mine by divine right returns to me in love, power, and peace. All that is mine by divine right returns to me in love, power, and peace. All that is mine by divine right returns to me in love, power, and peace. And now that you have created a link to all of these parts of yourself that you wish to reclaim, let the golden threads dissolve and all cords to anyone outside yourself, let them just dissolve. Because now you have all those parts back where they belong. Or at least you have an inkling of where those parts have disappeared to. And one thing that we're going to be doing is to talk about how to keep those parts of ourselves, those shadow parts of ourselves, happy, content, and with us. Because not every part of us may want to stay. It's like if you have a guest in your home. Now, eventually they may become a roommate, but when they first come, you have to treat them well. You have to make sure that they have everything that they desire. You have to do things that will keep them happy until they can integrate properly where they belong. So here's our 1 minute blessing. May your energy return tenfold, purified by grace. May you walk as one who owns her light fully. Thank you, goddesses, for joining me today. And once again, I am Dee Savoy, your goddess whisperer, and I hope to help you create the life you dream of, desire, and deserve. And if you'd like to connect with me for deeper healing or coaching work, please feel free to DM me or contact me at DDEE at dsavoie.com. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow.